All right, guys. So what we're going to be talking about today is the AI tools that I'm using to basically automate my affiliate sales. Right now, I'm promoting HighLevel as one of my main affiliate products, and I want to show you what I'm doing to automate all these sales coming in. So you can see right here we're at $8,565 in unpaid earnings for HighLevel, and that was from last month. That is just one part of their affiliate program. We have another part here. We're at 3,000. So together we're at, I don't know, what is that? $11,000, 11,500. I just started promoting this last month, or sorry, 2 months ago now. I'll show you sort of the progress here. It's been a slow. This has probably been one of the slowest affiliate programs I've ever promoted in terms of the earnings, but I think it's because there's a 30-day trial on the app, so it's not like something where you're gonna see a bunch of sales come in overnight. So this is actually the month. This is all monthly reoccurring, by the way, too. So a lot of these earnings end up stacking. So you can see this is what I've been making on just the regular affiliate, not the supercharged one. We got 118 here, 144, 69, 200, 276, 146. So I think we're at, if we were to do nothing at this point, and let's say we didn't push a bunch of signups last month, we'd probably be at what, 12K monthly reoccurring right now. That's just doing nothing. And then with all of I'll show you how many signups I got this last month. But with all of the signups from last month, I think we should be at probably 20 to 30K monthly reoccurring now. So you can see this week, 416 trial signups, and this is on the 297 plan. That's 297 a month reoccurring, 363, 358, 377. And again, none of those have converted yet because it's a 30-day trial, right? If I do last 6 months, let me show you this. What's up, chat? What's up, Novell? How's it going? Okay, so again, I started promoting this in April. I promoted it a little bit before, but not really. You can see I was only sending a couple hundred clicks. April, 74,000 clicks, 858 signups, 136 customers, $5,000. We did do a webinar, so there was a no trial. That's why we got a bunch of money that month. Now, here's the thing. This first month, we promoted this AI challenge that didn't convert that well. Last month, we got a lot. We almost doubled our signups on our trial, and this was to the 297 offer. So I think we should see a lot more conversions come in this month because last month the trials didn't convert very well. Yeah, I mean, either way, you can see we went from 5,000 to 8,200 reoccurring. And then if we go to the supercharged SaaS, we went from, I think it's like, 1,500 to 3,000. So this doubled. The other one it almost doubled. I think we'll probably double again this month, just because I think we're going to get a lot more conversions. So pretty cool. Again, this is reoccurring, right? So as soon as I take my foot off the gas, I'm still going to get paid probably about 20 to 30K a month reoccurring. Now, why am I showing you this, right? First of all, I'm updating you because I think one of the things I hate seeing is that a lot of people I see online, they'll say, oh yeah, here's how you make money. And then they never show what they're doing to earn it. And they're never showing their back end stats. So I wanted to just show you like, hey, this is what I'm promoting so you can see it. Now, what I've been doing is I've been building out. Can everybody hear me okay? Just give me a 1 in the chat. Need to make sure that this sounds. Let me make sure this is on. That's good. So the reason I want to show you this stuff is because what I've been doing is I've been building out workflows. And by workflow, I mean like sequences and automations so that everything that I'm doing to sell this affiliate and the other affiliates, I have some other affiliates that I'm going to talk about today, some AI tools that you can actually start selling because all of them have affiliates. And what I'm doing is I'm building out these sequences for all of them. A bit too quiet. I'm a little bit scared if I turn up the volume that it's going to start clipping. Hold on, let me see. Testing. Yeah, now it's clipping a little bit. Might just keep it right there. I think it's fine though. It's pretty loud on my end. So the reason I want to show you this stuff is because what I've been doing is I've been building out workflows. So I'm just listening to it right now. There's a 30-second delay. So that everything that I'm doing to sell this affiliate and the other affiliates, I have, just keep it right there. Okay, I think it's better now. Anyways, so going back to this, so what I've been doing is building out the sequences so that what you can do is you can just copy and paste what I'm doing, right? Now, I've also been building out a spreadsheet, and this is what I wanted to show you today. I've been using a few different tools to build out this spreadsheet of different viral pieces of content. And ideally what I'm working on right now is I'm trying to automate all of the content. So the long form content, the short form content, the like everything, the emails. And so I've been building everything that I've been doing around fully automating all of the marketing. Okay. Now, in order to do that, you need to have templates, right? So that's why I'm now focusing less on creating the content myself and instead handing it off to other people, because like it's almost impossible to create all of the content yourself. Like if you're going to be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, short form content, long form content, all of that stuff, going to be next to impossible to be able to do it yourself. Okay. Now you can try, but you're going to be on the computer all day. And the whole point of working online, in my opinion, is so that you can not have to work all the time. And if you're always like, for me, I've been doing content for so long that like it gets to the point where you're spending more time on the computer now than you would if you worked a 9-to-5 job. And so that's why I've been spending a bunch of time thinking about, okay, well, at some point I need to stop doing all this stuff myself and hand it off. And so if you're in the boat where you're like, hey, I don't know what type of content to create, like, you know, how to generate the leads, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'm basically just turning it into copy and paste stuff that you can use. So let's just talk about what we're doing here. So like I said, first of all, we have the sequences inside of Go HighLevel, which, by the way, you can go grab the 30-day trial to this, and you get all of my sequences and funnels and everything if you go to the link in the description. If you don't, for whatever reason, by the way, get the email. It doesn't go, like, if you check your spam, it's not in there, and you don't get all my automations. Just reach out to us, support@shinify.com, and we'll send it to you. But inside of this snapshot I give you, basically just import it into your account, you get all of my emails and all the automations I'm building out on the back end. So when somebody opts in to your website or your landing page, which I also give you, it sends them an email about the first offer. And then what you can do is you can start changing out all these offers, your affiliate links to all the stuff that I'm showing you that I'm actually promoting. So basically everything that I'm building is just stuff that I'm proving ahead of time, right? So you don't really have to guess whether or not it works, because I'm going and promoting it, creating the automations for it, and then you can go and just take those automations and run them yourself. So that's kind of how the sequences work in the back end. Now let's talk about this spreadsheet that I've been working on. So this spreadsheet here, the viral post spreadsheet, basically what I've been doing is I've been at nighttime, instead of like going and mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, I've been mindlessly scrolling on Instagram. Not really, right? So what I mean by mindlessly scrolling is like, I'm not mindlessly scrolling. What I'm doing is I'm finding accounts that are getting a lot of comments and views, and I'm basically putting those accounts into a notepad. Now, how do I do that? I literally just go find a post that gets thousands of comments, and then I just take note of the account URL and put it in a notepad. And now this is something that I'm doing for all the platforms. I'm doing it for Instagram, Twitter. Last night I was on Twitter, but ideally I'm getting all these different accounts, right? Now, once we have the accounts, right? These are some of the accounts. What I can do is I can plug them into a tool like Phantom Buster. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then Phantom Buster will go and grab every single post from that account. And again, this works on Twitter. It works on Instagram, like any platform you can imagine. And then what I'm doing is I'm turning all of these things into templates, right? So like I'm sorting by the most highly commented posts, right? These are all posts that got tons of comments. And then I'm having my team recreate them in their own unique way, right? So maybe I rewrite them with ChatGPT. Maybe we like add different scenes, but we basically create them in our own unique way. And then we go and schedule them out. Okay. What my goal is to be able to do is to be able to do this with short form content, long form content, and even text-based content. Because if you can automate all three of these things, you basically take over all the platforms, right? And so my thing right now is I've been hiring different people to do these things. So hiring video editors to do the long form and the short form, hiring content writers to do the text-based stuff. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. So the idea though is like, here's the thing that a lot of people mess up on, right? A lot of people will end up creating content because they think to themselves, well, I'm this really unique person that has all these really unique things to say, and everybody wants to hear from me and they want to see what my opinion is on that. Nobody cares. Okay. So I think step one is realizing that nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think. Okay. And I'm not saying that to like demotivate you. I'm saying that to like help you remove your ego from the situation, because a lot of people won't go and replicate what works because they're scared about what people think about them, and so they feel like they have to go prove something. The proof is in the numbers, right? And so the more you can look at your business and what you're doing as a math equation, the better you're going to do. So like I know if I replicate a video that has 378,000 comments on it, chances are I'm probably going to do pretty well with that video, okay? And so you want to take your ego out of it. You want to just realize that nobody cares what you think, and also realize that you're not doing a disservice to people if you don't create content off the top of your head. A lot of people, they just want to create content off the top of their head. I'm even creating content off the top of my head right now. I'm more doing it just because sometimes I get bored working by myself, and I like to do live streams because it makes things more interesting. But like when I think, oh, I need to create a short, oh, I need to create a long form, or I need to do this, like, it's not like I'm doing people a disservice of not doing it, because here's the thing. A lot of people that watch my content, they're people that have followed me over the years, but it's not like new people usually, because I'm not creating viral content when I'm creating content off the top of my head. I'm like, hey, I think I should talk about this. And then, okay, I get 1,000 views. If I go replicate what works and realize that I don't need to be the one saying it, I can have somebody else make a video for me that gets 100,000 views. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to make money, right? So like, I don't want to be on the computer all day. I don't want to be creating content. I don't want to be doing all this stuff. And so like, if you like creating content all day and being on the computer all day, then go for it. But for me, like, I've done thousands of videos, and at a certain point, I want somebody else to do it. And you also have to realize that at some point, if you want to level up, you can't be the one doing everything all the time. Like for example, you know, I always say this, like Elon Musk doesn't do Instagram Reels, right? Why is that? Because he doesn't have time for it, right? Somebody else does that. So at a certain point, you got to take your knowledge that you have and you got to remove yourself from the situation and start having other people do it, and realize that nobody really cares anyways in the first place. And also like, nobody's going to remember you in 100 years anyway. So it's like, it's better to just create a way to automate your business and do it based off of numbers, instead of like, oh, well, my opinion is my opinion, if you want to hear my opinion, people need to do this. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think. It's like, it's just funny. Anyways, do what works, okay? One of the mantras that I have lately, I've just been telling myself over and over again, is like, do what works, do what works, do what works. Nobody cares about, you know, the other stuff. So anyways, automate. You got to automate what works. You got to figure out what works. And then you have to, and then you just have to create offers around it, right? So right now, we're just going through and building out this spreadsheet, and I'll explain to you how this spreadsheet works, right? So first of all, we're taking all of the posts, right? We're sorting it by the top comments. Then we're having people go and recreate the video, right? So like, we recreated this video. Here it is. Gonna turn on the audio. Pretty weird, but that's pretty much the video. That's the video that got 378,000 likes or comments. So we recreated it. What I do is I just go switch this to approve, because you know, the video's good, cool. And then it gets scheduled out to all our different social media platforms. We use a platform called Radar. And by the way, I'm leaving links in the description to all these different tools. I actually forgot to leave Radar, but I will put that in there as well. Pretty much all of them have some sort of free offer, free trial, whatever. And so if you want to go pick them up, and they're also all things that I'm promoting and building sequences for. So, oh, Oh, and there are also things that I've been talking about for the playlist that I've been building. If you haven't seen the playlist that I've been building, there's like a full guide I've been building. I just put it in the description. So anyways, we schedule out all this stuff on Radar, gets published, cool. You can see these are the ones that got published today, and then we're using ManyChat, which another link I forgot to put in there, but we're using ManyChat to then send people to the link that we're promoting, which in this case right now it's HighLevel, but I'm going to show you some other tools that I just started promoting as well, which I think are going to be really good affiliates. So let's talk about those. So again, I just wanted to kind of show you the progress that we're making here, so you can kind of see this. I again am planning on doing this for long form, like YouTube videos, Twitter posts, emails, and then that's kind of the main ones. But yeah, the more you can replicate what works, right, the better, because you can do this with anything. This strategy applies to anything. Like find a good website that you want to, replicate. A good, anything, affiliate that you want to replicate. Go find like anything that you see is doing well. Go find a good podcast. Like the principle is pretty much the same. Just find what works and replicate it. I'm not saying you have to go and like completely rip it off, like go replicate it in your own way, but like find the template and start implementing it in your business. So let me show you some of the affiliates. So I've been building out these folders here, by the way, of different affiliate things and trying to organize a little bit more. But okay, so I started promoting a few different affiliates. So the first one was HighLevel, and then another one that I started promoting was, and again, I've been doing light promotions on these. I haven't really like gone all in on a lot of them, but the other one is Customers AI. And so Customers AI is kind of a cool tool. I did a video on this, and I've been doing videos on pretty much all of them. But what this tool does is it like gives you a script that you put on your website, and it extracts people's emails. So again, I'm going to put links to all these tools in the description of this video. But yeah, this tool is really cool because you basically just automatically capture leads off of your website. It gives you their first name, email, address, phone number, everything. And then it even auto imports into your HighLevel account. So I got like, what was it? I think I did like one live stream and I got 257 clicks off of it. We got 20 signups on this so far. It's a 7-day trial and there's no credit card required, and you get your first 500 leads for free. So we'll see if that converts anything. Another one that I've been promoting and that I've been trying, and by the way, I've been trying out all these services as well. I haven't just been promoting them. And part of the reason I haven't been promoting them more is because I'm still trying them out, right? Like when I get more results with them, then I will definitely be promoting them more. But another one is this ranked AI site. I did I think it was I don't know, it was like an email blast. I think I did one email blast and I got 20 signups on this. This is a free trial with a 20% reoccurring commission. This is like a free SEO service. So what you do, well, for 7 days. So what you do is you enter in your website, and then they do all your SEO for you for like the first 7 days for free. And then after that, it's like there's different plans, but they do like your backlinks, your content, all that stuff. I put 2 websites in here to see how it would go. And yeah, here's the different plans here. You can see I did both of the plans. I did a local website and national website on the $349. So we'll see how it goes. I just signed up for it recently, but I hear really good things about them. So that's why I started looking into that. And then another one is FlowChat. So this tool is pretty cool. Basically, it gives you like an extension that you can use on like Facebook and other social media platforms. And it'll let you basically auto DM people, and they do like a free kickoff call or whatever. But I started talking about this. I think I did like one email about it. We got like 1,000 clicks on it. We got like 1 sale on it. And the cool thing about this tool, again, is like if I go to Facebook, let me show you this. And again, I'm just kind of giving you like a light overview, just showing you kind of the stuff that I've been talking about. I'm going to probably do a deeper dive on a lot of this stuff once I have like more data around it. But again, I don't want to promote stuff until I kind of have like, more stuff to show you first. I don't want to just start going and like saying, oh yeah, this is the best tool ever. But basically this gives you like an add-on that you put on Facebook and any social media platform. It lets you just automatically like comment and DM on people's posts. It's pretty cool. And again, I left links to all this stuff in the description of this video if you want to check any of them out, because most of them have free offers. Damon says, are there step-by-step videos that you create to help your students implement? Yeah, so one of the things I've been doing lately, Damon, is I've been creating this playlist. So if you go to youtube.com channel live, or sorry, playlists, there's this playlist called Road to 1,000 Leads a Day with AI. And right now there's 4 videos in it. I'm going to keep adding in here. I've been trying to add like 1 a week, but this just goes over these different tools. So the first one I covered was HighLevel. The second one I covered was Shinify. The third one was online jobs. The fourth one was the customer's AI. And I'm basically doing videos for every single one of these platforms so that you can go and just follow along and figure out which ones you want to use and which ones you don't. So I would recommend going through that playlist if you haven't already, because that's kind of where I'm building this whole thing. And then I think at the end, what I'm going to end up doing, by the way, is I'll probably make a giant video where I'm going to put all of these videos together, right? Just like smash them all together and have like a 15-hour video that you guys just get. I don't know if that's a bad idea or not, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a lot of work to do this, by the way, like to go and just like scrape all these posts and get all this data. It takes a really long time, but I figure that once we have it, it's going to make things like setting up the automations takes forever. It's actually really boring. It's a lot more fun to go and just create content all day. But the problem is, like, if you're always in the doing, at some point you're going to want to, you know, stop doing things all the time, and you're going to want to start, like, you know, creating a system for it. And so that's why one of the things I've been doing is like, okay, I'm doing short form videos every day. What can we do to automate this? And do I have to be in the videos every day, right? There's so many different ways to do these videos where you don't necessarily have to be in them. But it becomes harder where, like, whenever you start automating things, the quality of things goes down, right? And so temporarily your results go down, and most people, like, they can't handle that. Most people like freak out when they start to lose traction with something. But the thing is that if you ever want to scale to the next level, you have to be willing to not get the results immediately. And that's like the hard truth that I think a lot of people don't want to see. And what happens is, like, the more you start doing the same thing over and over every day, and you're like, okay, I need to figure out a way to not have to do this all the time. It's basically like, you know, you hit your head against the wall enough times to realize, like, okay, that hurts, you know? First couple times didn't hurt. Okay, but hitting my head against the wall every day is starting to hurt. Okay. If you're like in the boat where you're working every day, you don't feel like you're getting progress, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, you're doing the same thing day in and day out. Well, guess what? You're probably in that boat where, like, and this is the biggest issue I see with most people, is like they're doing the same thing every single day, right? Why not turn it into a template? Okay. If I'm doing shorts every day, and my process is, you know, step 1, find a video. Step 2, you know, transcribe the video. Step 3, rewrite it. Step 4, you know, go shoot the content. Why can't I just create a template and give that to somebody else? Okay. Because think about this. If you got hit by a bus tomorrow and you didn't exist, are there still going to be people that get millions of views with short form videos? Yes. Are there going to be people that still send great emails? Yes. Are there going to be, it's yes for everything, because guess what? We're only here for a little bit of time, right? And people have been doing marketing for a long time before you were here, and they're going to be doing marketing for a long time after you're here. So you don't need to be doing it. Somebody else can do it. And the idea is that you find somebody good, or you create a system that's good, right? Like the guy from McDonald's doesn't exist anymore. Ray Kroc doesn't exist. He's dead. Does McDonald's still run? Does it still make lots of money? Yes. Why? He created a template that works for a very long time. And so ideally, at some point, the business should run itself, right? If you're the only reason the business is running, then you don't have a good business. You have a jail cell, and you're constantly like, you're a gerbil. You're just on a gerbil wheel, and you're just running in place. And yeah, you're making more money and you have a shinier gerbil wheel. Great. But at some point, you want to get off the freaking wheel and put other people on it that can be in charge of it, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be happy to do that because of the fact that they're just now leveling up. But at some point you have to level up. And every time you level up, it becomes a thing where you have to figure out how to automate more of what you're doing. And you have to let go of your ego. You have to say, okay, other people can be on this gerbil wheel. I am not the only person. This is all the time. Oh, I'm the only person that can do this job. That's not true. There's plenty of people that can do the job, and I bet you there's plenty of people that can do it even better than you, okay? So you think that you're amazing at doing whatever. Oh, I'm the best at doing websites. Oh, I'm the best at this. No, you're not. There's lots of people that are better than you. Think about it, you know? At some point, you got to give it up. You got to give it to somebody else, because there's a reason why certain companies, like look at HighLevel, they have 1,000 employees in it, right? You think the founder of HighLevel is doing all the stuff, doing the customer support, doing all the, you know, all the development, doing everything? No. At a certain point, you got to freaking figure out how to start steering the boat instead of sailing the boat. Okay. All right. So with that said, number one, so short form, that's the first thing we're trying to automate. We're doing a pretty good job of it. I don't know why we're skipping some posts. Like, why are these being skipped? I don't know. I'm going to ask them, and maybe very confused about that. I'm actually going to just create a, let me just go make another version of OBS here. I'm going to actually do a call for you, so you can, not a call, I'll do a recording. So what I do is every day, right, I try to do a little bit more, right? So I'm building things off of templates, but my job is to make sure that the people that work for me do their job. That's my job, okay? And make sure that they do it well. So what I have to do is I have to every single day go into, you know, this spreadsheet or whatever we're working on, and I have to say, hey guys, so I'm going to do it right now. You ready? Hey guys, I'm checking out the spreadsheet here, and I don't really understand why these are blank. Are they in progress? If they're in progress, can we switch them to in progress? And overall, it looks pretty good, all the stuff we're doing here. One of the things I want to start doing is basically this exact same thing, but with the other platforms. So for example, YouTube, we want to have you know, video URLs, view counts, all that kind of stuff, sort of the same metrics, and then see who's going to start replicating those. Same thing with Twitter accounts. I started taking Twitter posts in here that we can start extracting those posts and put them in another tab. I'll just put a Twitter tab here, or text-based content. As for the emails, I don't know. I've been trying to think of a way that we can start using templates, or, you know, it would be great if we could figure out, you know, emails that already have really high open rates, high click-through rates, that kind of stuff. But I don't know if we're going to be able to find that anywhere, because, you know, none of it's really public. So we might have to start doing this, I don't know, with our own emails, or, you know, we could just, I just need to work with the content writers, I think, to start getting stuff in here. But again, you know, we should probably try to operate off of some sort of template, maybe find email subject lines that have like a high open percentage. I don't know if we can find that anywhere, but that would be big. And then I started creating these tasks here. Some of these are for me. I don't know. I've just been kind of putting notes in here, but really we need to start getting all this content really going. And also we need to figure out, by the way, I don't know if we ever figured this out, but we do need to figure out a way to API into Twitter with Radar. I don't know if we ever figured that out, but we really need to figure that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do want to start getting these other things in here, because right now it is just the Instagram posts. And again, I do want to start getting these other types in here as well. So let me know. So that's pretty much it. That's all I send to the team. I'll usually send multiple videos throughout the day. So, you know, usually I'll just do like a basic check-in. And then one of the things I do, I actually did a video, by the way, guys, if you didn't see it inside of the playlist, it's about hiring, you know, people in the Philippines to do a lot of this. I need to make a note, by the way. I'm going to say, by the way, make sure we grab these posts with burner accounts, not our main accounts, because we don't want to get rate limited or banned. And I said, new video, please watch. So what I do, by the way, every time I hire somebody, right, in like the Philippines, which I pay anywhere between like $4 to $8 an hour per person in the Philippines. And I use online jobs for this, by the way. Again, go watch that video. It is part 3, I think, where I show how I do outsourcing. But whenever I hire people in the Philippines, I don't just get them on hourly. And here's something that's really important. I don't think it's ever a good idea to only pay people hourly And the reason why is because if you want to kill somebody's soul, just pay them hourly. That's it. Don't do anything else. Just only do hourly. And I'm not kidding. This isn't a joke. Like, I'm laughing a little bit, but seriously, like if you only pay them hourly, you're going to get really low quality work. So what you do is, you pay them a little bit less than you would normally pay, right? So let's say you would normally pay, I don't know, $5 an hour, right? Pay them, let's say $4 an hour instead, and then save some of the money that you would have paid them $5 an hour and add bonuses. Now, what I do is I put everybody in a group, okay? So everybody that I hire, they're in a own private Discord server, and it's in a group chat, right? So they're in a group chat. And what I do is I have them all create content and do things based off this template here, right? I train them on the videos. I do like quick screen records every day and explain what they need to do. And then what I do is when somebody does something right, okay, so here's the thing. If somebody does something wrong, I usually will just say, hey, you didn't do that correctly, right? But if somebody does something right, I will spend a lot of time praising that person, because negative reinforcement doesn't seem to work very well with people. Like if I'm like bashing people, oh, you did such a bad job, blah, 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 blah. I'll do like quick, like, hey, you didn't do that correctly. But if you're spending all your time, like, kind of bashing people, it doesn't work. So instead what you do is you pay people a little bit less hourly, and then you keep this extra money for bonuses, right? And the bonuses can be very small. They can be like $10, $20, doesn't really matter, okay? Now what I do is when people do things correctly, I say in the group chat with everybody, I say, oh my God, you did such a good job, whoever did it, you just got a bonus, right? And then all other people that are working see that message. And so if, for example, I tell everybody, hey, you guys need to do this, and only one person does it, instead of scolding everybody, I congratulate the person that did it correctly and said, oh, you did a good job. And I give a bonus publicly. And so what it does, first of all, is it gamifies it. I don't even know if I spelled that correctly. And then it also incentivizes, right? And so all of a sudden, everybody else in the group is now doing that thing correctly. How big is your team? I think we have like 15 people. But again, it's like if I were to have 2 or 3 people in the US, it would be the same price as like 10 people in the Philippines. So, prefer working with. Also, I'll be honest with you, people in the US have a terrible work ethic. I've paid people a lot of money in the US, like a lot, and they're like constantly, oh, I can't do this work, or they're slow, or they're, oh, I have to take a vacation. So how often do you give bonuses? So what I do is I will give them, every other day or so, Susan. It just depends on how much people are killing it. It also depends on, if we see a big spike in leads or income or any of that stuff, I'm going to give out even more bonuses. Because again, like my thing is reinforcement, right? So if we just start crushing it out of nowhere, like let's say we have a week where all of a sudden we got, a huge increase in leads, a huge increase in sales, all that stuff, I'm going to be giving out bonuses every day. If we're really slow and nothing's really happening, I'm a little bit slower to give out bonuses. So I would just kind of gauge it. And again, I would use it as a way to reinforce the positive things that are happening in your company, and never keep people just on hourly. That's like the biggest takeaway here. Okay. So anyways, they're all in here replicating these things. Now, here's the thing. I can't have them learn all the short form and then learn all the long form and then learn all the text content and then learn how to do emails all at once, right? It's got to do things a little bit at a time. And that's why I was telling you, like when you're training people, it's a slow process. You're not going to just all of a sudden wake up one day. People always tell me, they're like, oh, I had a VA and they didn't do the right job. It's like, okay, well, how long did you have them? Well, I got them for a week and they just weren't good. And I'm like, dude, like I've had some of my VAs for years and I'm still teaching them. So like, you can't expect people to get things overnight, but ideally you start building templates, right? So like, that's why McDonald's is so cool, because you look at McDonald's, they have a template, right? When a new employee comes in, they give them the template and they instantly know what they have to do, right? It's like very simple. It's like, okay, go make this cheeseburger. Well, how does the cheeseburger look? Here's the template, right? And it's very easy. And so the idea is like, you want to have these templates in your business. You don't want to have to constantly explain to people how to build cheeseburgers all the time. It's funny to me because I see this all the time. I see people on YouTube and I see people, you know, just all over that are like trying to teach these things. And it's like, they're saying the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, why don't you just turn it into a template? Like, why do you keep repeating yourself over and over? Like, if you have a certain way, let's say, of building backlinks, and you've been making the same video for 10 years, stop it. Just be like, no, I have the template. Look here, step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this. Step 3, you do this. That's it. Then you just give it to people. And then again, the idea is like, you can't get to the next level until you automate your current level. And so this is the reason why most people never get to the next level, because they're stuck doing the same thing over and over. They're working in the business instead of on the business. And so if you're doing the same thing every day, right? You get up in the morning and go, oh, I'm doing the same thing every day. You need to ask yourself, like, is it time for me to automate what I'm doing? Are you doing the same thing every day? Okay. Can somebody else do it? And here's the other thing. You never have to do full automation. A lot of people go, well, I can never fully automate who I am. And it's like, okay, first of all, you can, but second of all, don't fully automate it then. Just automate the first part, right? Like for me, I could, if I wanted, could still shoot content, right? Like I could still go in here and read off the script, and shoot the videos, and then they go do all the other stuff. They edit them, they post them, everything else, right? But just choose, like, just choose some level of automation. Because again, like we all only have 24 hours in a day, right? And so if you're sitting here and you're like, God, I can't get enough done, I'm not making enough money. Okay, well, what separates you and a billionaire, right? In terms of time, nothing. You and the billionaire have the same amount of time. And so the idea is like, why are billionaires billionaires? Because they're not doing all the stuff the friggin' low income people are doing. They're not doing all the manual work. They're up here at the top and they're making all the high level decisions, and they're working off of templates, and they're working off of, you know, procedures where they know, okay, algorithmically this will work, or based on the numbers, this will work. And so again, you want to look at your business, you want to look at your money, you want to look at everything as a math equation where it's like, okay, if I do 1 + 1, I will make 2, right? If I take a video that has 378,000 comments, my percentage of getting something to work will go up, opposed to doing things off the top of my head. Okay. And it's all just taking gambles, right? We don't know if it's going to work, but we know that there's a higher likelihood. If I were to take some random idea I had and shoot a video, and then I go and take a video that's already proven, which one has a higher chance of working? The one that's already proven. And so you have to remove your ego. You have to say, okay, well, I might not be the smartest person out there. And even if I am smart, might not 100% know, like, algorithmically what works, right? Because it's all algorithms. Everything, like Instagram, like YouTube, all of them, it's just algorithms. It's just, if I do this, it'll work. And even like if you look at like McDonald's, it's an algorithm. We know that this food item will sell the best to this person at this time based on this interaction. And so it's a math equation. That's all it is, right? And that's how you want to look at it. Susan says, are you doing the intros and outros? I was, Susan, but again, like I'm trying to focus on doing less of that. Really don't want to have to do the videos, you know, because again, at some point, like, and that's the other thing is like, you want to think about the long term. Like, do I want to do this forever? Right? Do I want to do short videos forever? No. Okay. Well, then we need to figure out what we got it. What, because at the end of the day, it's not just about like, it's not also just about like, okay, it sucks to do this stuff, but it's also about like, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to be dancing on TikTok for the rest of your life? Do you want to be, you know, a dancing monkey that's like doing digital panhandling on the internet? You know, all these people are like on the internet, oh, buy my stuff, do this. And it's like, at some point there's got to be an easier way where you're not like, you don't have to basically like do all this weird stuff to make money, right? At some point you just want to like have a legitimate business that makes money, that actually helps people, that provides value, where you're not constantly having to like, you know, go on TikTok and dance for people, right? Like, because a lot of the stuff that we do is actually pretty degrading. Like, I'll be honest with you, like it's not. And so for me, like, I don't want to have to be on TikTok or Instagram and be like, oh yeah, like do this and do that. Like at some point I want to be able to like have the AI do it, or have, you know, the team do it, or have somebody else do it that, you know, maybe they're starting out and that's something they want to do. But, you know, long term, I don't want to be dancing on TikTok. Long term, I don't want to be doing these things. Long term, I would like to be the guy that just builds templates and teaches people things, you know, and provides value. Like, that's what I like. And so, you know, I'm not bashing on people that have to do content. I'm just saying in general, though, like, there's always another level, right? Like, and a lot of the reason I think people get miserable and they become unhappy and they don't make more money and they plateau is because they keep doing too much of the same thing. And so it's funny because when you first start out doing something, like if you want to be successful at it, you just keep doing it. Just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Eventually you'll be successful. But then I actually think you get to a point where you become too consistent doing the same thing that you don't allow yourself to grow anymore because you start capping out, right? Like you can only do so much yourself. And so at some point you have to break the consistency and then bring the consistency in with somebody else or some sort of process or some sort of system. And then you need to go and build the next thing, right? Then you go spend, you know, the next 3 or 4 months, whatever it is, you know, being really consistent with this other thing. And then you turn that into a template. And eventually after you do this enough times, you have all these templates like this, where it's very plug and play and anybody can do it, right? But it's kind of about getting out of your own way and realizing that, like, you know, you can't build this massive building by yourself, right? At some point, you got to bring other people in to help you build it. And the idea is like, well, when is that? When are you going to do that? Because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And at some point, it's going to tip over if you're doing everything yourself. And that happened to me. You know, I made $2 million last year. But the whole thing crashed. Like the whole thing tipped over because I didn't focus on building the foundation, right? And why did it crash? Because I was the building. I was the only person that was in there, right? And I was like building. And the only person holding that building up was me. I was doing all the emails, doing all the videos, doing all the, you know, everything, the fulfillment, like everything. And I had some help too. But for the most part, like I was running myself to the ground. I was exhausted. And at a certain point, I just couldn't take it anymore. The whole thing tipped. But the thing is, if I would have done it the right way, if I would have slowly grown it and slowly progressed and built, you know, processes and had other people do it, help me out, like I would have just kept growing and the whole thing wouldn't have tipped over because I wouldn't have had to be the only person holding it up, right? And so if that's how you know, your business looks like, where you're, you know, you're in your business, you're making this big money and then you're going down and then you're making this big money. If you have these big ups and downs, it's probably because you're the only person or you're the main person holding everything up. You make all this money, but then you get exhausted, right? Because think about it. The more money you make, the more problems you have, more customers, more, you know, refunds, more all this. And it's like, oh, I got to take a break. Boom. And so the cool thing is, like, when you build systems and automations, they never have to take breaks. They don't go to sleep, right? Like, if I have a robot AI system running 24/7 and I have all these people building these videos and I have all these emails going out, they don't get, like, that system doesn't get tired, right? Because I have all these people, I have all these processes, I have all these robots, all this stuff, automations. So if one person falls out, okay, well, we just put another person in. It's very plug and play. But if I'm sitting under the foundation, holding it all up myself, and I'm trying to do everything, it's all a matter of time before the whole thing crashes. Okay. And so if you feel like you're like, I can't do it anymore, it might be for you to start looking at, okay, well, where am I at? Am I doing all this myself? Do I need to start growing? Do I need to start expanding? Do I need to start taking more risks? Do I need to start taking more chances? Am I just like the only person that's able to do this? Am I gatekeeping? Am I like not telling people like, okay, this is what you need to do? And am I living with this sense of ego of like, oh, I'm the only person on earth that can do this? Think about it. People are very quiet in here. Anybody want to comment, question, anything? Dan says, hey, thanks for everything, bro. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Paradigm says, Chase, your awesome sauce. Thank you. Do you have separate teams or group everyone together? I have separate teams. So I have some people working on content, some people working on like development. You know, we have our app still, Shinify. We have people working on that. So yeah, a little bit of everything. Yeah, I really get much out of these live streams. I actually don't make that much money or any money really off these live streams. And so I do these more to just kind of keep you updated and show you what's going on. A lot of people who follow me say they really like the live streams, but you know, I don't get a lot of views on them opposed to my other stuff. You know, I could do a 20-second video that I don't even have to do and they will get a lot more views than these long forms and these live streams. But I do these because I wanted to show you what's going on behind the scenes. So, Dave, what's up, dude? Long time no see. Hey, Chase from SEO certification way back when. I'm in Arizona now. Yeah, California got too crazy for me. Cybersecurity of the system. I don't know what that means. So, yep, that's I think that's probably it. Again, I just wanted to update you guys. Again, I don't get too much out of this, so if you want me to do these every now and then, just let me know. I try to do like one a week. Trying to think if there's anything else. That's kind of the main stuff, really. Tony says, what is best for leads, Chase? GSA, contact forms, or short form? I mean, they both work great. I really like short form, especially if you can get your hands on an Instagram account. We Instagram accounts like a couple every week through outreach. I actually give bonuses to people when they find an Instagram account for sale. I think long-term short form content is probably the best way to go, but I haven't really done enough tests to like automated funnels with just because I've been doing so well with the wasn't Gilbert back during the SEO. Oh, dude, where are you now? The system getting taken down by hackers. Your data info getting compromised. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What system are we talking about? Dan says, yeah, man, by the way, do you have the third video about the in-depth look at GSA contact form submitter for digging up SEO leads made yet? We're #1 on Google for Scottsdale SEO company. Oh, that's awesome. Have we met, Dan? I don't know you were in Scottsdale. That's where I'm at. Trying to see if, I don't know if we met. Oh, what was the question? More in-depth contact form submitter digging up SEO leads. I mean, we got a lot of different case studies we did around that. We had we had like multiple boot camps we did around that. I think the best thing that we figured out was offering them like a free website report or a free, like, or even a free website. That got a lot of leads, but I'd have to go through the video I haven't looked into GSA myself for a little while just because I've been so busy with this other stuff. So I'd have to go back and see which video we started talking about that at. What would you recommend for a beginner started in your program to make money? Well, okay, so I don't really have a program. I mean, I have a software company, but I don't really have like a course, really. I mean, besides what I've been building here, I would go into this list that I've been building. This is where I would start the road to 1,000 leads a day. And I would start going through all these videos because I've been building this series. And I mean, the series is already like 3 hours. I'd start going through there. I was looking for the third one of these. Earn 35,000. Oh, Ryan was building those. I don't know if he ever built the advanced one. I think we were going to, and then we wound up doing something else. I would just get into boot camps, Dan. If you support at shineify.com, we can get you into one of our boot camps that we did because we have the replays for it. And a lot of those boot camps were like really in depth. Those were like where we really covered the good stuff. The automation system. So I mean, that's going to happen no matter what you do. I mean, that's always a worry, right? This hacker hacks you. I mean, I think that's with anything, right? My current role is cloud engineer consulting. I focus. What is the link, please? I would just go on YouTube on my channel, just click on my name, go to playlists, and then click on Road to 1,000 Leads a Day. So yeah, I think in this series, by the way, I need to, so part 1, I did high level, setting up your CRM. Part 2, I did Shineify doing AI videos. Part 3, I did online jobs for doing your outsourcing. Part 4 was the customer's AI. Part 5, I actually need to do on Radar, showing how to schedule content. So that's probably going to be the next one I'll do. I'll probably schedule that one for like Wednesday. And yeah, I'm just going through basically everything, all the automations I'm running. Tony, what's up? Hey, Chase, back. I absolutely can't get enough of your videos. Watch them more than anything else. I have a few more deeper questions. Yeah, go for it. Thanks. I'm going to try and sew the same thing using Xroomer. I've never used Xroomer, so I don't know. Can I help with that and connect with you? Tony says, why 20 posts each day? Why not 30? I think 25 is the limit for Instagram, so I'm trying to make sure I don't overdo it. And I think might be less for Facebook. One of them's less or more, so that's, and I also think that's already a crazy amount. I just didn't want to do more. Oops. Trying to pull up these questions here. Have you played about with scheduling on Twitter and also TikTok? We scheduled a TikTok. TikTok's kind of like wonky. It doesn't seem to work all the time. Like for some reason the posts get banned really easily, so we don't focus too much on TikTok. As far as scheduling on Twitter, we're trying to get the API set up because you have to have an API to schedule to Twitter, which is annoying. You all hear about the Google search algo leak. Okay, so I think I'm probably done for the day. We did about an hour today. Again, if you guys want me to keep you updated with these live streams, let me know. And if you're, interested in staying up to date with all of these things that I'm doing, again, let me know. But I'm going to get back to doing what works, creating templates, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for stopping by, everyone. See you the next one. Till we do, happy money making. See you guys. Bye.